Hey, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Sean, aka Sean Knight 3000. What's going on with y'all out there in YouTube land? Anyway, I'm sitting here at work. Right now, I just finished doing a round. Everything is secure. I've had this idea for a couple of days in my head. Uh, just wanted to throw it out there and see who else agreed with me or who else had a completely different idea. If you do, you know what to do. Give me your opinions below. Let me know what's going on, what you think, what you feel. The subject that I wanted to talk about is when you get in a relationship, is it okay to still hang out with your friends of the opposite sex? For example, I'm in a relationship. Is it all right for me to hang out with female friends? Or is it okay for my lady to hang out with her male friends when I'm not around, or for me to hang out with female friends when she's not around? And the reason why I bring this up is it happened recently that my girlfriend went out on a lunch date, even though she said it wasn't a date. They were just hanging out and talking and being friends with this guy that she used to be involved with. And I had no idea that she went out with this guy. She says that she was going to tell me the next day, but that she got busy with, some family situations. There's an illness in her family right now that she's dealing with, her family is dealing with, and she just didn't want a confrontation. Well, I'm sorry, but I take that to mean if you knew it was going to be a confrontation, you knew that I was going to be upset about this, which means on some level you had to know that going out with this guy was probably not the best idea you had in the last week or so, you know? And like I told her, when it finally came to light, and how I found out about it didn't exactly make the situation any better. I found out about it because the guy she went out on this hangout lunch date with, even though she doesn't think it's a date, posted pics of him with my girl on his freaking Facebook page. And she liked it. She liked the photos. And because she liked it, they ended up in her timeline or whatever. You know how Facebook is. And he ended up on my page. This was like, what, 2 days after they had been on this hangout. Note the air quotations. Now, in 2 days, I understand you got a family situation going on. I understand that. But it's been 2 days since you went out and hung out with this guy. We talked both days, and yet you didn't mention having been on a lunch or been out to lunch with this guy. So no matter how innocent the lunch date was, now it's just compounded by the fact that you hid this from me for 2 days. And so it just it made a whole lot of stuff come to light or come up for me that I thought was a thing of the past. I thought that was something that I had dealt with my ex, that this new girlfriend that I got was a completely different kind of girl, not the kind of girl that would do stuff like this. And yet here I am, same situation all over again. And so, like I said, and like I told her, if I had done that, because about 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago, one of my exes was in town, and she offered to take me out and eat lunch. Now, I haven't been with this woman in probably a decade. She's moved on with her life. I've obviously moved on with mine. But I didn't think that it was, appropriate for me to go out with this woman that I had been involved with, given my girlfriend's history of, having guys kind of, do her that way. With very few exceptions, almost every relationship she's been in before me has ended with the guy cheating on her. And one of the things that I promised when we got together, I would never do that. But I'm sort of paying for all the mistakes that every guy before me made. I've got to be extra good to, make up for the fact that these guys treated her shitty. And she still has this fear that I'm going to cheat because every other guy that she's been with cheated too. So everything I do has to be couched in that history. So I'm thinking to myself, well, it's innocent for me to go out with my ex. But at the same time, if I do this, how do I, bring this up to my girlfriend, given her history? Is it appropriate for me to go out with this girl? My girlfriend is nowhere around. Even if I told her in advance, how comfortable would she be with me going out on this lunch date with one of my exes? And in the end, I just decided, you know what? Why start something when it's not necessary? Yeah, I know it's just a lunch date. It's an innocent lunch date with an ex. But still, it's somebody that I have been intimate with. My girlfriend might start thinking some stuff, like, oh my God, what's happening at this on this lunch date? What's going to happen after the lunch date? Are they going to start catching feelings for each other again? Am I going to have to go through the same thing all over again? And for me, it was just not worth it, Common sense kicked in. And it was just, why mess up a good thing for a freaking lunch? I can talk to my ex online. I can talk to her on Skype. My girlfriend doesn't have a problem with that. It's just that face-to-face thing can lead to something more. And then I do this thinking that, I'm doing this for the goodness of, for the good of our relationship. I don't want to put her in any situation where she might be thinking something that's, something is happening that's not happening. Let her feel, that, hey, she got a guy that she can trust this time. And lo and behold, 2.5 weeks later, she goes out on this lunch date with one of her exes. First of all, I'm feeling like, damn, I just got kicked in the ass. I'm doing what I think is the right thing, for the relationship. Things to make her feel comfortable and secure. And she's going out with one of her exes. And then concealing the fact that she went out with one of her exes. And it seemed like a double standard to me. I mean, she's telling me when the truth, I see the picture on my Facebook page, naturally my heart rate goes through the roof. I'm ready to jump through my tablet and throttle this dude. Like, what the fuck? You out on a lunch date with my girlfriend? I don't know about it. So I hit my girlfriend up. She's telling me how innocent it was and that this guy's only going to be, in town. He's going to another country. He's, just passing through. He just desperately wanted to see her. And when I hear desperately, he wanted to see you desperately, now other shit is going through my mind. Like, this guy wanted to see her so bad that he actually came to her job, picked her up, took her out to lunch. I'm sorry, but in my mind, that's beyond kind of, hey, we friends. I really want to see you. But if you at work, you know what? Hey, you at work. I'm not going to take you away from your job just to take you out to eat. You know, if you got that time, or especially given now, her job is coming up on the holiday season. She's busting ass. Basically, she's eating lunch at her desk. Everybody at her company is pretty much eating lunch in their office, because this is a time when they're getting a tremendous amount of business. But she's going to leave her job and go out to have lunch when everybody else is eating lunch at their desk just to accommodate this dude. And I'm like, I'm not hearing about this from the person that should be telling me this. I'm hearing about it through pics of them I'm seeing on his damn Facebook page that she liked, so it's showing up on my Facebook page. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know? She should have told me beforehand about the lunch invitation. I could have threw my 2 cents in. Whether or not she would have listened to me, we'll never know. But the fact that I find out about it this way only adds fuel to the fire. Like, if it was so damn innocent, why didn't you tell me? Then you get this excuse, oh, you know, there's an illness in my family, we've been dealing with that. I throw the bullshit flag on that, you know? It takes 5 seconds for you to say something. I went out to lunch with an old friend of mine. Okay. At that point, we could have had a conversation. She said she didn't want a confrontation, so she knew that I wasn't going to be happy about this. And she did it anyway. So I'm walking around and I'm getting different opinions from different people. Co-workers giving me their bullshit ass opinions like I give a damn. My family giving me opinions. My boy giving me an opinion. Everybody got their own idea. You know, maybe it was innocent. You know, they haven't been together in, 4 or 5 years. She seems to be happy with you. You seem to be happy with her. Maybe I'm overreacting, you know. I haven't spoken to her since Friday. It's now Saturday. Saturday, damn near coming up on 1 a.m. So, am I overreacting? I don't know. So I'm going to put it out there. Once you start a relationship, and it's a committed one-on-one relationship, not something where you can jump around, you can see somebody, they can see somebody. You both made it clear that you're right now exclusively dating each other. No one else. Is it okay for you to have hangouts or lunch dates or dinner dates or even breakfast dates with your ex-friends, with your exes, or with friends of the opposite sex? Okay, that sounded kind of messed up. But you get what I'm saying. Is it all right to do that? Knowing that it could set off something in the relationship that doesn't even need to be approached. If things are going good, why rock the boat? Is hanging out with one of your exes or one of your male friends or one of your female friends worth risking your relationship over? And a lot of people will say, well, if the relationship is that rocky, but at the same time, everybody brings baggage and history into a relationship. Everybody's been cheated on. We all bring that into the relationship. So we have to think before we act. Are we doing something that's going to hurt our partner? Are we doing something that's going to hurt our relationship? And in the end, is it worth it? Hit me back. Let me know what you think. You know, do it down below, video, whatever it is you need to do. Give me your opinion. All right, guys, I'm going to go because I got to do some more rounds here real quick. Peace. Later on.